At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela rivers, we're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Acrisure Stadium. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off from Acrisure. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
2nd and 3 now. Now Daniels off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. His first throw is an interception. Dante Jackson takes it away. And the Steelers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Here we go.
On the carry, this is Najee Harris. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Almost an opening drive interception, but that winds up on the ground, incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. And this one's out of the side of the end zone. Was trying to get that precise aim, but he was off the mark. It's going to be a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they'll try to build on that big stop.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had. And incompletion's still pretty good for the defense.
Daniels throwing on third. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
He's got this at the 27. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Steelers will take over possession. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Here we go, son.
They'll start with a give to Harris. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Staying on the ground with Harris. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop. It's going to be 2 on the pickup, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 13.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Out of the shotgun, Fields. That's caught for the first. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's a Steelers first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a big chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Fields on first down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Commanders take over on his 5th interception of the season. He steps in front and picks it off. Looked like he missed the spot there, partner. Maybe because he threw it on the run?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case, Kate. You know, you get set in the pocket. This game is fast anyway. Things are flying, but once you get on the run, it is a whole nother speed and really becomes advantage defense as they take it away.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 39. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On first down, here's Daniels. It's caught, Ferguson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of...
Touchdown, Washington! So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Fields out of the gun. Caught by Freiermuth. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Give him 3 on that gain. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap to Fields. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Fields to throw it. Snared by his running back. It's Najee Harris. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Play action, Fields. And that is how our 1st quarter will end as that pass falls incomplete. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Here's Cameron Johnston to punt it away once more. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. 65 yards on the punt there. And the Commanders will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Play fake here, Daniels. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's a very quick trigger, and the hurry throw was much tougher to complete. He may have rushed that one thinking the pressure was just about to get to him in the pocket.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Short pass brought in. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. They gain 14 on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Met and stopped by Alex Highsmith. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
3rd and short, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. He gets 6 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along your routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
On 2nd down, Robinson. Down the sideline inside the 40. Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders pull that in front further, 13-zip. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Receiver in motion, going left. 2nd down here, another give to Harris. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
the grab in bounds left side. And he goes out a little short of the 40. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Here we go.
A quick throw completed out to the left. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down. Here we go.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Space on the right. He's got room. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Throwing at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They give to Harris from the gun. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Here we go, son. Go.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh no, they get him yet again. Benjamin St. Juste picks it off. And the Commanders have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The Commanders are on the move here. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Complete out to the right side. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Robinson on the inside give. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, Daniels. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains. Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Here's Robinson. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders get more points to end a lopsided first half. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders continue piling on to this lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Looking to throw. And they pick him off again. Mike Sandler still makes the play.
Intercepted by Washington. Sets up 1st down and goal at the 9-yard line.
Only time left for 1 more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And that kick goes out of bounds. They're going to get great field position out of this. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. First and 10 from the 41.
There we go.
Off play action, it's Fields. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Was hoping to get that one to Keenan Allen. So that brings up 2nd down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Going to Harris to start the half. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And they pick him off again! Emmanuel Forbes makes the play. And the Commanders get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
And they had that one contained right at the line. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Staying with Robinson. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
A toss now to Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Going right side, Robinson with it. And it's a gain down to the 5-yard line. They got a handful on the play. Now need a handful more. 5 yards on 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Second and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. Going power with a big tight end. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. No pickup on that run, and it leaves them 4 yards out on 3rd and goal.
I know they had bigger visions when they called that play. This is one of those spots, Kate, where when a defense is dialed in, especially in the red zone, it's very tough to surprise them with anything.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, now, Kate, a major decision. And you could just feel the angst on the sideline. Do you really want to challenge a front that just held up on 3rd and goal? And if so, well, you better be creative to get the job done. Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Big lick from the coverage team there, and that's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Going right side, Harris with it. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. from the 28. And they pick him off again. And the Commanders get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Tucker. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive. Try to stick them with the loss and make a difficult 4th down decision.
He's going to keep this one. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him a couple yards on that run, and this sets up 4th and goal.
You know what? It's a pretty doggone impressive feat of strength to hold the line against a sneak, even when you know it's coming.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Returning it from the 4. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll start with a give to Harris. And he found some running room for a nice gain.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Staying on the ground with Harris. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
They send the tight end in motion left. Fields now on 3rd. Oh, they try the lateral. It's a live ball. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Trying to find his tight end.
3rd down, you could see he may have been trying to simply do too much to help his side. It loosened his hold on the ball and gave that defense a chance to knock it free. Instead of facing 4th down, they're off the field completely.
They'll run the draw with Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Commanders have possession and a massive lead. This one looking like it could be over. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another carry for Robinson. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice. It doesn't end up getting an offensive first down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Here's Robinson up the middle. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. That's a short gain of 1. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Going to the ground again on first. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
This one's caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
And they'll take a knee. Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal. And he's going to take a knee. So now, here's 3rd and goal. He'll try to do it himself. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. No gain on the play, and they remain just short of the end zone. It's 4th and goal.
It takes an impressive amount of strength, that low man winning, to hold the line against a sneak, even when you know it's coming. That's well done.
A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. It's an excellent return, but he gets popped at the end of it.
Go, take it to the house.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Commanders take possession of the football.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
Here's a counter give to Robinson. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now Daniels to throw. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Trying to get it with the option. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Commanders on their way to their 3rd win of the year. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. A handoff for Robinson, running right. And he's taken down with a short gain to the 25. Tackle made by the rookie from Wisconsin. Second down now, 7 to go. Plowing up the middle. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in, just as that knee goes down.